It'd be real ridiculous. Um, I feel like this time I almost deserve a paycheck based on how much work I had to put in.
There's
Keeping up
no.
with all the nonsense that they had going on this particular episode.
Mhm.
So, welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 3, Episode 8. But before we get started, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, drop down in the comments, and let's get started.
Let's go.
Whew. So we begin. Davis is on the roof. He's drowning himself in, I don't know, Michelob.
It was killing it.
He's upset because he went through all that to get his brother out. His brother's not talking to him, so he's just in his feelings. And then Sax shows up, and because they're best buds allegedly, and he's like telling Sax, "Come on over, come get smashed with me," and he indulges for the moment, but Sax is playing a game. A little bit into their bromance. Davis gets a call from Monet. Monet is letting him know that Diana has been arrested. So his ass is shit-faced drunk and unable to show up to represent his client at the moment. But never fear, Sax is here and he'll take care of it because that's what he does. He's that type of guy. When
Opportunity.
they send at the house, she's stressed because she's worried that Diana's gonna flip on her. Now,
You think?
I mean, Drew tries to reassure her, Diana's good, and Kane decides, listen, I'm gonna go over to Stansfield and see if I can find out like what exactly is going on. So, everybody's doing their thing. Davis is trying to sober up, but he got his man Sax in there to go handle the situation. Monet is stressed out, and Kane's headed to Stansfield. Davis is like, I gotta go over to the precinct and find out what's going on. I was like, how you gonna do that? Can you show up like that? I suppose I would be concerned if my attorney showed up and that's how he was feeling in the moment. That's
He
concerning.
he probably a functioning one. He know how to pull it together. I know one or two like that. They can function with it when need be.
I mean, he sobered the hell up. Diana's at the precinct talking too much. I wanted her to shut up. What part of don't talk? Like, I feel like if I was in that position, I would just say nothing. Now, I'm not talking till my lawyer gets here. So y'all can do the one cop, two cop thing, however y'all want to do it. I'm not saying shit until my attorney's in here. Anything that I say is probably gonna get me in trouble. But Diana want to act like she know the law, and I'm only gonna get community service and blase this and blase that. And then Jenny pulled out that photo of her, at the lockers, and well, that changes things a bit because there you are in the photo.
He said that
remember
ain't shit.
that's what she said. So Davis is like, I guess, feeling comfortable with Sax going on to handle that business for him. He's in his office and Tariq pulls up. Tariq fills him in on the whole Rico situation and how your man Sax is actually working with the feds. Hello. Davis is like, where did you get this information? Like, how do you know this? And he's like, okay, so Lauren's not actually dead and the feds have been hiding her. And they're trying to get us all roped in this shit. And Davis like goes straight over to his safe, pulls out the shotty because he's finna handle Sax. And Tarika's like, hang on a second, that's probably
And
not a good idea.
And should. He went straight to that.
Said, no. I'm trying to figure out why at this point. Why?
Because he know he didn't give him, he know too much.
Davis is like, oh shit. Sax is down to the precinct with Diana. Like, while we're standing here talking about it, she about to run her mouth to somebody that she thinks is her lawyer, got her back. That's so sad. Meanwhile, the corny lady cops are pressing Diana with some, look here, see, no, you transferred to Stansfield to get with Tariq, see? And she's like, no, Who? Tariq, like the kid that was like tutoring my cousin. Come on, Steve. We know Tariq works with your brother Kane and with Monet. She's like, so who do you want, Tariq or Monet? Because at this point, y'all saying a whole lot of stuff. I hate that whole. I hate Jenny too, but I hate how that cop like tries to talk like
I don't like
I don't
her
know,
voice. Her voice
cartoon
irritates me.
character type. See,
Yeah, her voice irritates
she
me.
reminds me of them cops in Bugs Bunny.
Does she talk like that in real life?
I don't know.
not.
I don't know. I don't ever want to see either one of them in real life. I might turn into one of those people that like can't differentiate between the acting and the actor and be like, you bitch. Can't stand your ass. So over at the Tejada house, we know Monet is still stressed. She worried about her own ass because she don't care nothing about them children. And so she gets a knock on the door and it's Tariq. So Tariq literally has to go walk around telling everybody like, okay, so there's a RICO charge and we're in big trouble over here. Why does Drew have such an attitude with Tariq? Like, I didn't know why, what was that about?
He probably just got an attitude, period.
He's on one, for real.
He's been very emotional.
Well, it's unfortunate, and you know, I guess we'll figure out why that's a thing. I mean, so the cops are still pressing Diana. She holding on, you know, as much as she can. What's his boy name? Kane pulls up at Effie's crib. She like, I know you ain't just because you pay my tuition don't mean you can pop up over here like whenever you want to. And he was like, it ain't even like that. I'm trying to find out like Diana got popped. I want to know like if you know anything. And she was like, she was selling dope down to the candy store. So they probably seen her, you know, going in them lockers. He like, dang, okay, say less. He about to leave. But before he leaves, they give us what we all been waiting for. She decides she gonna go and give him the booty because
did they
who
give
knows,
it to us
like,
though?
YOLO, we not definitely promised tomorrow, not especially with the lifestyle they lead. So you might as well go ahead and do that thing. And they did. And
Did they give it to us though?
not
They
at all.
did.
Not
That
at
was
all.
of all the damn sex scenes, that was the sorriest sex scene.
I mean, the vibe was there, but it wasn't. No, but I mean, it was some college yang. That's why I said I feel like they're
Kane
too.
is a street dude.
But she's not. Yeah, but
One
she's
no college
well.
yang. We want the same shit we
Kane
see
did a
Drew
lot
and
of
them
things
over
that
there
we wouldn't
doing.
have expected him to do. I feel like this is very low.
I want them same scenes y'all had Drew over there doing. Y'all cut it off right before he even got. They just let him kiss and they cut it off.
Drew be getting it in. Drew be getting it in. We got a pickup and a lift off and a carryover and a next scene. Next scene. What's happening in the next scene? Sack shows up at the jail and he runs into Jenny. He lets Jenny know, you know, he's there because he needs to be the defense attorney for, you know, Diana Tejada. And Jenny is like, you can't do that. That's like a breach of contract, a breach of what you call that? It's a conflict of interest. It's like almost even unethical, is what it is. He's like, I mean, I'm willing to take the risk. I'm trying to get these people. I've been trying for many, many years, and this is my moment, so let's run it. Davis, thank goodness, has sobered up enough to, you know, get his ass down there to the precinct. Well, first, when I saw him sitting there and them police lights was going, I thought he didn't got pulled over. I was like, did he get pulled over for a DUI on the way down to the precinct? That's not gonna be good. But that's not what it was. He went on, got himself some coffee, sobered up real quick, walks in there, and the first thing he sees is Stacks and Jenny having a little tete-a-tete in the hallway. So that just like fuels his fumes even more. Because at this point, we know that Jackson was that, what's his name? Davis. Davis really wants to shoot this nigga and be done with it. But, you know, everybody does what Tariq's 21-year-old self says do because he's the leader of the pack, apparently. So Sax is over there stammering and stammering, and oh, you made it. And I was just letting Jenny know, like, that, I'm here to.
Mm-mm.
He's like, yeah, yeah. So they in the interrogation room, and Davis is doing his best to keep Diana from running her mouth. Soon as she gets to the point where she get ready to like spill it, he basically tosses the damn coffee in Sax's lap and passes her a note at the same time. And the note said, put Sax on Effie, trust me. Okay. She's confused. She doesn't know what that's all about. And he has to like scurry Sax out of there and clean the coffee off his panties.
Not the panties.
Well, Effie and Kane are spooning, so I guess it's cute or whatever. Kane gets a call from Monet though, so that means I gotta go. So he jumps up, and as soon as he jumps up, Tariq knocks on the door. Now you was talking about he a street nigga, but he went and hid his ass in the bathroom while she talked to Tariq. Was that why would I do that?
He wouldn't. He wouldn't. So why did y'all write that? He talked so much shit and he don't like Tariq. So why would y'all write that he would go do that? That didn't even sound right.
And after the stuff that Tariq did to her sitting up there with Diana, she should have been waiting on that moment to open the door.
Exactly. I would have. Shit.
What was he gonna do? Change his mind and not say what he was gonna say what he needed to say anyway.
He had to say what he was gonna say anyway.
So hey, Tariq, that's how that should have played out. But no, They have Kane hide in the bathroom. So Tariq offers Effie a job to go run and get some coffee cups because somebody got to do it. She like, I ain't no errand boy, so if you want me to come back to work, you're going to have to go ahead and cut me in. I want my own supply on a weekly basis. And Tariq is like, okay, girl, whatever you ask for, whatever you want. Go get them cups, though. How about that? Child, this makes me nervous. So Monet meets up with the Monet meets up with the Castile family. She's letting them know that it's a RICO situation in the works, and y'all need to pull all your shit off the streets for a couple of days because we don't want y'all roped up in none of this, and they're gonna know that y'all are working with us if you keep doing what you're doing. And these niggas is like, one of them, Castile brothers, like, fuck that, ain't nobody keeping that shit off the foot. And the mama like, calm down. I'm like, it's funny how these mamas like, gee, you just took over where the daddy left off. Like,
yeah. I guess you got to be prepared.
I guess if that's the lifestyle, that's the damn lifestyle. Everybody on board. I'm not a ride or die, so please don't get yourself in trouble.
So you ain't that mama, huh?
I'm not that. Nope. So, they get an understanding after the mama like puts them in check and they get ready to go and leave. And the mother falls back and asks Drew, like, I ain't heard from Gordo. Have you heard from him? And Drew, in the most guiltiest way possible, was like, yeah, no, I haven't heard from him. And the brother was like, was his trouble in paradise or something? He's like, no, we good.
That was so dumb.
What was the plan?
Why he ain't play that off like he was worried about him too? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I ain't heard from him. I ain't heard from him.
I've been calling him. We got into it the other day, but I didn't think it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I don't know. But I was like, so y'all just cleaned up the body and you thought that they weren't going to notice that he wasn't around? Like, I feel like y'all should have come up with a plan.
Right.
Yeah, Drew. Anyway, we knew this was, gonna come back to bite them in the ass, but and Evelyn knows that something ain't right. I'm sure they're not used to not hearing from him for days. They got product out here on these streets. What's his role? He just,
He's hell. He acted like he was the boss. So I don't think he would disappear.
So he should be more present than anyone.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody missing no text over there when Monet be sending out text messages. So, call your mama back. Shoot, Gordo. Oh, that's right. He can't. Anyway. Kiki pulls up on Brayden. I can't stand Kiki. She just gonna show up at his house trying to make sure he gonna keep his mouth shut about the little Ponzi scheme that her and Uncle Lucas got working over there down to the whatever they last name.
That's what he paying her for. That's why he keep her around. I guess that's her role.
Well, she's playing her role quite well, but what's been a concern is that Monet been calling over there to that office demanding to speak to Uncle Lucas. And so come talk to your client because this ain't how basically Uncle Lucas don't know what to do with somebody like Monet. We need somebody that speaks nigga to go ahead and handle this shit because she kills people for real. So just saying. Kane finally gets home and the Monet is pissed. Like, you don't care about the family anymore. He's like, what you mean? I was out here trying to help Diana. And she was like, no, you wasn't. You was over there receiving some of that scholarship pussy. Now we got scholarship pussy. We got wire wearing bitches. We got, what she call this nigga? A St. Bernard face or a Basset Hound face?
That was messed up though. Your sister's arrested and you went over there and got you something.
Like not even like, okay, get you something and be like,
and then go home.
Gotta go.
Right. He stayed the whole night.
You were up spooning the next morning.
Man.
You were so turned out she had you hiding in the bathroom like a little bitch while she had a conversation with her own nigga.
That's crazy.
That's what had happened, Monet. She got to let him know about the Rico situation and he don't, he don't know nothing. She like, for right now, we ain't moving. No product nowhere. He like, well, tell Tariq, because Tariq was over there like trying to still be working. And she was like, Tariq knows what's going on. And he's like, what? So we setting up Effie? And she like, keep your mouth shut, you dumbass. You over there and took my money over them Wall Street niggas. Everything you do is dumb.
You keep it up. You already got one who potentially could snitch on your ass. Keep on working on another.
She like, shut up and stop thinking. How many times I gotta tell you that? And he's like, why? Because you scared I'm gonna figure out like I don't need you?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna clean up this mess you didn't made with our legitimate money. The Wall Street niggas don't want to see us do nothing. Just sit your ass down somewhere and shut the fuck up. I feel for her kids. And the only one she doesn't talk to like that is Drew because she handles him different. He's easily manipulated.
She should. Because he out here fucking up more than they is.
He's making a whole mess of everything.
From the beginning, all the way he done started a whole damn
all the way back
war.
down to the party.
Well, come on now. Got the dang on father's funeral shot all up and everything. He fucking up more than anybody.
Oh well, but she just be so mean to her kids. I can't. Brayden shows up at the office. Tariq is like, so for the 19th time, there's a RICO charge against us. And Brayden is like, ain't that funny? These niggas is over here running a Ponzi scheme, but I'm the one that's gonna be in trouble. Just like the YSL. Did Brayden Did he just bring the what you call it, the tea that he found on the shade room down to the Tariq is like, wait, what? It's a Ponzi scheme. This whole Western shit is fake. So that means my trust fund money is gone, and we don't even want to talk about RSJ. So this is messed up. And Tariq is like, Brayden is like, yes, it's messed up. So don't be agreeing with me. I need you to have, they always want Tariq to have a solution. Tariq said he is tired. He is motherfucking tired. And he is tired of being on the offense, on the defense. He's ready to be on the offense first. Every time he walk in the room to fix a situation, he get hit with another situation. And they all talk about Tariq, help us figure it out.
This a life you wanted, Tariq.
He's tired though. This was probably one of my favorite scenes. Monique showed her ass up at that country club.
I thought that was stupid as hell.
I thought that was funny. She confronted Uncle Lucas about her money. He didn't know what to say to her. it's different. Like if he's avoiding her phone calls, then for sure he's not trying to run up on her like in real life. And she sat there in front of a table full of baked people and basically was like, if you don't answer the phone about my money, I'm gonna kill you. Have a nice day. Took a drink of his liquor and bounced.
Now you know in real life. That
I
ain't how
like to
that shit
roll
would have
up.
went down.
I like to roll up to a country club and toss a champagne, toss a martini on somebody, walk out.
They been had her ass for real arrested.
Well, a lot of things that happen here, you know, this is not real life, so we can do it like how we want to do. So Diana is down to the precinct talking to Stacks, eating some lunch. I guess they didn't feed that girl because she was tearing up some French fries and whatever that was. And she told him that she doesn't trust Davis because she feels like Davis is probably like got Monet's best interest at heart, and she doesn't know like where his loyalty lies. And you know, he low key, he didn't want to throw Davis under the bus, so he's pretty much like, I mean, I'm sure you don't have that to worry about. She pretty much like says, you know, if I tell you something, will you keep it a secret, or can I tell you something? Like, it's your lawyer, he's supposed to not say something. So clearly she gave him, you know, the story that she was supposed to about Effie. And so Sachs left directly out of her, you know, interrogation room over there to the corny cop ladies and told them, you know, what was just said. Now Bianca flips her shit. She's like, wait a minute, how do you know this? Well, because I'm her attorney. Bianca was like, y'all, Bianca Blanca, whatever her name is, it's like, y'all doing too much. Like, I don't know what kind of, you know, behind the scenes, unethical bullshit y'all got going on, but this ain't it. And I mean, they talked to her, show her all the evidence. We could take down this one and take down that one. So slowly but surely, they you know, convinced her to, you know, work with them. And she looked at him like, are you sure you ready for what's gonna happen? Like once they find out your cover is blown? And he said, yeah, he ready. So she agreed to go ahead and put a tail on Effie. Effie is at the Kier crib. She gets a little late night call from Kane, and you know, they all giggly boo with each other, what have you. And he started asking her, like, you know, are you sure you can trust Tariq? And she like, if you got some tea, nigga, spill the tea. Like, what is it that you're trying to say? And so before he can say anything to her though, he hears Drew having a full out meltdown. This glass is like breaking and things going down. And so he like, oh, I'm gonna call you back, because clearly he had to go see what was wrong with his brother. Well, apparently Garrett's decided to come out to the public as a gay man with his white boyfriend. And that set him off because his boo was gone. And now this nigga who,
I'm like, really, nigga? We just seen you with how many different dudes, and you don't get off my damn TV with this shit.
he's so upset because, you know, Garrett wouldn't come out with you. Listen, Garrett couldn't come out with you because you're a whole ass gangster. That's why.
Yeah.
It
All
wasn't
the shit
like,
that was going on in Standstill, he's supposed to
come
fuck up
on.
his
And
career. Get the fuck
y'all
out of here,
tied
girl.
up in it. No, he was not the one. His career would have been over before it started.
It would have been.
After he done tore up everything, Kane is like, what is you about to do? He said he finna go get blackout drunk. That's a good idea. Go get blackout drunk. See what kind of trouble you can find yourself in once you do that, because that's generally what happens to people that get blackout drunk. They end up locked up and they don't remember what the hell they did. Meanwhile, over at Stansfield, Tate is having a political debate with some lady, and he's going back and forth with her. And, you know, basically he's being backed by the West. And bottom line, he, you know, dirty money is dirty money. So it is what it is. And Tate found him a bank to back his campaign. And usually when a politician is in the pocket of, you know, investors and such, they get rules, you know, moved around and changed for their own benefit.
Like he been doing.
Like he been doing.
That's his MO.
So over at Davis' office, he's literally trying not to kill Sachs. Every time he look at Sachs, you can see that he would really like to jump across that desk and, you know, strangle this dude. But, you know, he's he's holding on to his, you know, because Tariq said, And his brother shows up. He wants to thank them for everything they've done. And he makes this announcement that he's a great candidate for the treatment and he's
Mm.
already doing much better. And then, Stacks is like, oh my God, that's great. And, he's doing a little, he's celebratory, congratulatory type situation. And David snaps, like, can you let me and my brother have a moment, like, please, for God's sakes? So Stacks is like, all right.
Dang.
Okay. I thought this was good news. I don't know why we're angry, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all, have your moment. And his brother's like, what's T? Like, you mad at him? What do you do? And he's like, listen, I just found out he been working for the feds. And then his brother's like, and you still letting him walk around like we ain't doing nothing about that? He's like, don't worry, I got everything handled. His brother's like, that's your problem. You always think you know everything. You're the smartest person in the room. So now they mad again. Tate's new girl she's not impressed with the whole Weston situation. She don't like the idea of her man getting themselves involved with this dirty money. Do you know who you dating, girl?
I didn't know they were dating. I think they skipped that whole part of the.
I think
Was
it
we
happened in
supposed
the
to know
coffee
that?
shops when, cops came and yeah, we're moving right along.
Yeah, we just skipped over a whole little thing, and now I'm supposed to be invested that she don't that
Well,
she
not
upset.
really invested. We're supposed to fall into this whole idea that they were a thing back in the day, and so we didn't know them then. Like Tate pretty much walks in the room, and every woman in there he's already, been with.
I could care
Anyway,
less. I didn't know y'all was a couple. I thought that was your ex-boo.
well,
Now I'm
I
supposed to
mean,
give a
so
damn.
maybe you don't have to be that invested. She's mad. She doesn't like the Weston thing, and he's like, you know what? Will you marry me? I want you to be my wife. And she was like, I'm just another thing you need, like in order to win. I realize that you having a wife is just gonna make you more appealing to those people. And I'm pretty much not messing with you if you messing with the Westons. And he's like, you know what? Fine. I'm just gonna cancel my meeting with the Westons. So, because that's how much I care about you. And they went on a date and she was very happy about that. RSJ child, Tariq has to tell him about that Ponzi scheme. And so RSJ's initial reaction was pretty much to protect Tariq, but do things the right way. And Tariq was like, hold up, bro. If we do it like that, none of us are getting our money back. RSJ has tons of money, so I think he's not really, it's a loss, but not like he won't be over. He like, I didn't prided myself of doing things the right way. I'm not what you want me to do, blackmail this dude. And Tariq is like, all I'm saying is, we're all tied up in this mess. And the only way for us to get our money back is to pretty much blackmail this dude and to give it in our shit back. So RSJ tries to blame it on Tariq, but I'm like, RSJ, we're not doing that because you don't want to decide to go into business based on something this child told you to do. So, Jason, what's his name? St. Patrick, James St. Patrick's son, you were so intrigued by that, you went and running on behind him. So you have to take this L on your own, RSJ. So Angela's nephew is following Effie down to pick up the coffee cups. They were like so not inconspicuous to police. They was just like following behind her. I feel like I would have been like, are these people, what is happening right now with these cars following behind me? Meanwhile, Drew is at the restaurant stalking Garrett. Like, how did he know he was going to be down to that restaurant?
He said, who was at the restaurant?
Drew, down at the restaurant stalking.
Because that's probably one of his spots. He was probably hoping that he was going to catch him.
Well, he was there and they see each other and Drew has a complete meltdown in the restaurant, make a whole ass fool of himself, talk about how you went off and, came out the closet for your white boyfriend and don't worry about me because I was here and I found somebody and we love each other and you don't even understand how things went so left Now he's gone and I have no one.
You had a lot of people. Pick one.
I wouldn't have wanted to tell him that either, Garrett. It would have been even better, I think. Well, don't worry about me because I found somebody. So go on because we happy. But he didn't do that. He went ahead and talked about how the love of his life is now gone and everything is all messed up. And he broke down and Garrett embraced him like in this hug. And yeah, so they had a moment down to the restaurant. The cops come raining down on Effie. They done followed her from the pickup back to the delivery spot. She at the warehouse. They, bust up in her trunk. Her trunk is full of coffee cups. They done bust up in the warehouse, and the warehouse is full of sugar and not cocaine. So Saks is screwed because basically, the jig is up and Effie is now could go free because y'all got a bad tip, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And we know like that Saks is, leaking information to the feds. So Tariq texts Monique, we cool, we good. Monet texts, I keep calling her Monique. Monet texts Evelyn, let her know we good, the feds is off the case, we can get the product back on the street. So while Evelyn is like relieved that, we can get business back as usual, her son showed up with the video because Drew decided to have a meltdown with a now public figure. See, your boyfriend is no longer just a college basketball player. And he was popular as hell back then, but now he's playing for a professional basketball team and he just came out in the media. So that means everywhere he is, somebody gonna be video recording something. So your whole situation that you just told that lady that everything was cool, now she see you on a video talking about everything is ruined and he's gone. And so she said, yeah, we need to talk to that ass. So somebody go get Drew because he has some explaining to do. And that Castile boy been waiting because I don't think he liked Drew from day one. So however they was friends, damn near cousins back in the day, his feelings ain't so fuzzy towards the Tejadas. Kane walks in on Monet and Tariq having a conversation. They're discussing like what's next. Kane has an instant attitude because what is Tariq doing, giving you lessons on how to beat Rico charges because he just takes Tariq and that's that. He's like, so what you gonna do about your boy Saks? Are we gonna like handle this nigga or are we gonna effie him? I mean, what's the name? Luring him out of town and try to hide him and stuff like you did the last time. And Tariq is like, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it. He always says that he's gonna take care of it. I mean, they still got Norma to worry about, to be honest. And even though we haven't seen Norma, we know she ain't went nowhere. And so he still has to make sure that Norma's product is being distributed because she's gonna be about her money. We ain't seen her in a minute, so we know it's about that time for Norma to show up to collect her fee.
Mm-hmm.
Effie then shows up in her feelings, like, why y'all did that to me? She was like, I ain't mad because I would have done the same thing, but why y'all had to keep me in the dark? Monet was pretty much like, you're right, we didn't have to keep you in the dark, but we here now, so what we gonna do? So Effie is like, I'm good on that. She walks out, she looked at Kane like, you coming? Kane looked at Tariq looked at Monet like, did you know about that? And she's like, I don't care who's effing who. What I do know is, then Western niggas got my money and I want it by Monday, period. Why is that Tariq's problem? Kane is the one that handed his money over, and Brayden quite well. So I don't think this is a Tariq problem. This sounds like something she should be taking to Brayden, Monique. I already went down to the country club.
Monique.
Monet, Mary, Monique, Jesus.
Mm-mm.
Jenny is mad. She down to the precinct accusing Saks of selling her out. Like, you're working for them and you did this to me. And, he's like, are you out of your mind? I'm the one that's a sitting duck. Like, I'm the one that they gonna be coming after her. She was like, well, I can't help you with that, child, because I ain't gonna be able to provide no protection for you.
She a
And
cold bitch.
she's cold as
Yeah,
hell.
I'll cold
He
bitch.
told her, you just gonna be a miserable old bitch. And he's right. And she got in her feelings, but he's right, because you are, because that's how you are.
Because when it comes for her, baby, I hope you don't never like nobody, because your karma is coming.
Mm. Sax walks out of that building and calls Tariq and like, look, I know where your mama and the rest of your family is, so yeah, I better not die or you won't never know where they at, pretty much. And he gets in his car, and when he gets in his car, Theo got a pow, and he's kidnapping him. Okay.
I feel like
So
that's gonna come back. I
what,
feel
the
like
Theo
that
kidnapped
message
him?
is gonna play a role somewhere down the line.
Somehow it will. Because then it looks like Tariq has something to do with it.
Yeah.
RSJ and the boys meet up with Lucas, and Lucas is so corny and stupid that he gets cussed out by RSJ, and basically he tells Lucas like, look, you gonna pay me back, and Tariq back, and the Tejadas back. Nothing better happened to Braden and none of that. And I'm gonna put you on a payment plan, and I hope the feds don't find out before I get my money. And otherwise I'm gonna just turn your ass in. So you can give me my money back or you could go to prison. And Uncle Lucas sat up there doing that thing he does, but he know him and Kiki gotta figure out how to get these people their money back, especially Tejada. She done already wrote up on you once. Tate's girlfriend shows up at his office and she said, listen here, I just had a conversation with Keisha, and Tate said, I was not looking at her titties jiggling, so that was not a thing. So I don't know what she's talking about. And he was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. But what I do know is you met up with Weston. And he admitted to meet it up with Weston and was like, it is what it is. And you know what? Since we want to be telling the truth, from here on forward, not only did I meet up with him, but I got some campaign contribution from him also. So she told him to give it back, and he was like, no, I'm about to give it back now. I'm being honest with you. And she's like, well, then I'm gonna have to be out. So she left him standing there. And I mean, I don't think it's gonna affect his life one way or the other. He really was only pulling up on her so hard because he needed to look good for his, situation.
We don't care. We don't know her. We have no investment in her.
Not at all. Tariq is at Davis's office playing the voicemail that Sax left. And Davis said, I mean, he probably at this point has skipped out of town. And then Davis gets a call from the clinic, and they let him know that his brother is not getting better. He's actually dying. And so he confused. So then Davis called his brother and was screaming at him like, stop ignoring me. And I talked to the clinic. So Tariq and Davis put two and two together, and they realized that Theo might just be with Sax, and Davis says he has an idea where they might be. Tariq is pretty much like, if Sax dies, then we're screwed. So we need to find them like ASAP. Monet goes to pick up Diana, and she's all, oh honey, how are you? Are you okay? And Diana's like, yeah, I'm okay, but you know what? The charges is still pending. I don't want to do this shit anymore. I want to transfer out of here. I want out of the game. I just want to go to Spelman and start my life over. Monet is like, shut your dumb ass up and go get in the car. Now, isn't this the same person that you were just worried that she might drop dime on you? And the first thing you do is like, I think sending her to Spelman is probably a very good idea. Monet, send her away. She said, if I slap your ass upside your head, you threatening to slap a child upside the head.
We talked about Kane Mama didn't act. We know she genuinely liked Kane.
She likes Kane though. Monet hates all of her children, with the exception of
the way she treated her
and maybe Drew a little bit. Or did she like them, or were they just easier to manipulate? Because Kane and Diana are a little bit more hard-headed. They keep on trying to think for themselves. Nobody asked for that. So Effie and Kane are on round 2. They give us another round of not much. And here comes the cops. They knock on the door, they bust it in, they take her down. Another takedown for Effie. She back in the handcuffs. Effie is slow motion walking outside. She looking down. She look up and see Jenny leaning against the black SUV. She was like, what the hell? You know that place was clean. And Jenny was like, you're not being arrested for trafficking. You're being arrested for attempted murder. And in the back window, rolled down real slow, and it was Lauren, and she looked shocked, and Kane pulled up, and he looked shocked, and Lauren said, yeah, that's that bitch that tried to kill me. Child, I ain't mad at you, Lauren, because she did do that. And then, what's her name? Nigga walked back to the car, like, what's her name? Bianca. Blanca. She pimp walked back to the SUV like, yeah, we did
Child, that shit still gonna hit Tariq in the motherfucking face, and he gonna wish that he had a let them
Well, how he's
ass
Team
out.
Lauren, because he's helping Lauren.
Yep. Lauren so easily switch.
I think he should stay away from her. Just stay the hell away from Lauren.
Lauren gonna get in the court and say a whole bunch of shit she ain't supposed to say. It's gonna mess him up.
Well, I mean, this was the choice you made, Tariq. Oh,
why did I do that? Why did I disappear? And I'm back. Okay.
Okay. So Theo then took Stacks up to the thing where the helicopters be, because I guess that's the place where he liked to hang out at. And he's, walking Stacks through the parking lot with a, pow pow. This is a chopper pointed at him. And, Stacks is like, man, this ain't, trust me, you good. This had nothing to do with you being released. And so he's like, just shut up, Stacks don't even know why Theo, even has kidnapped him at this point. Then Tariq and Davis show up, and they hollering and screaming, and they trying to convince Theo, Theo, don't do it. You just gonna make more trouble for your brother. And Davis is like, please, Theo, please, just give me the gun. And Theo, pow, bang, right in Stacks' back, done, on the ground. And then Davis is like, oh my God, please give me the gun. Pow, in his own chin, done. He's done. They both done. Who knew that some dude from random would be the one to take out Stacks?
It would have been all right if it had been Redman still there.
If it would have been Redman, it would have been different. Yeah. It would have been different. Unfortunate for this guy, it just is weird because we don't know you. Tariq is in utter shock. His mouth is wide open. It's almost like everything is flashing in front of his face. Somehow this is going to be considered my fault. They're going to blame me for this.
It is because they got your ass.
Why did you
boy
do
on
that?
tape.
It was the last phone call.
Yeah.
Pull up the records.
Yeah.
And Davis is losing it because his brother just did that, just took himself out, and and by Stacks, we all wanted it to happen. We didn't know it was gonna happen like this, but yeah, so long, Stacks. And on that note,
y'all think he's gone, or they gonna have him on life support next week?
No, he's gone.
Did we have the funeral things out there? Because I did see some out there. Because I had heard about it before I seen it.
I did not. I stayed up at Facebook. But I did see his interview with Tariq and not Tariq, Michael and Giuliani. They got their little show, their podcast, whatever. And so he was on there. He was like, basically, yeah, it's a wrap for Stacks. He's done with that character.
All right, Stacks. Well,
so last 2 episodes, that was pretty,
that was good. That's probably about the best episode this whole season.
Good. It was good. It was a lot of things going on that I definitely did not anticipate. So
yeah, they had a whole lot.
All right, y'all. Well, we don't have an episode next week. They
They
waited till
just a mess.
episode
They give you
9.
the best
They could have
episode
just
ever,
rolled
then they
through
be
it.
like,
Now we all the way
wait.
to the end, and they want to give us a pause. So 2 weeks from today, we'll be back with Power Book 2 Ghosts, and yeah. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, drop down in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace
Bye,
out.
y'all.